when you did Ghetto Blues 2001, what made you at that time want to bring back the original concept and title?
It was just kind of like it seemed like hadn't much changed in the world from when I did the first Ghetto Blues to Ghetto Blues 2001. So I was like, God damn, like shit is still crazy, you know. I felt like it was needed at that time, and I got oh man, what's my homeboy's name? I can't think of his name, but he came through and sung the hook for me. And I couldn't find Mississippi, but he came through. My homeboy came through and sung the hook for me. At that time, I was working with Big Hollis out of Sacramento too, and so yeah, it was just like fitting for me at that time.
Okay. On the harder side of thing, the Thug Brothers song got a shout out Looney Corleone on there, of course, and Bo and you. But on that song, I was just surprised that you went last, or of the
Wait, which song?
The Thug Brothers.
Oh yeah.
So why did you end up going last on your song like that?
It just kind of happened like that. Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of did things organically. It wasn't never like a plan. Like, you know, it just happened that way.
Okay, fair enough. And then as you were keep going, you get the Messy Marv collaborative album and different things. What made you want to do that collaborative project with him?
Shoot, I met Marv and Quinn when they was, well, Marv is a couple of years older than Quinn, but I met them when they was, I think Quinn was probably like 17, 8. No, he may have been a little younger than that, but I met them when they was young. So working with Marv was just kind of like a natural thing. He was actually living out here in Sacramento at the time, and I had went and sat in on one of his sessions, and then he hit me the next day like, Marv, let's do it. Let's do this album. And I was like, shit, okay. And then at the time too, I think he was working with Hollis too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it was just kind of like, yeah, let's do it. And then, you know, we both the Mars, so it was only right.
Yeah, I thought that was a good combination.
Yeah, I remember I used to text Jack, like, what's up, Jack, this Marv? And he'd be like, what's up, nigga? And I'd be like, Marvelous. And oh, sis, I'm sorry. He's thinking I'm Messy Marv. But yeah, that was dope doing that album with Marv, man.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. And then given that you've been with Sibo for so long, how was it when he started doing West Coast Mafia stuff and you were on a lot of that stuff and the album with him? How have you seen Sibo evolve and develop as a artist, as a businessman, as a visionary, as does everything?
Oh man, he's evolved so much. Just first of all, as a person, like just the space he's in now and everything, me having known him for the past 30 something years, it is just so dope. You know, I'm not gonna go all into his personal business, but I'm just, you know, I've been knowing him a long time. And throughout all these years, you know, Bo is a real asshole. Like, I mean, you know, he is who he is. Like, it's not an act or none of that. But throughout all these years, he's always just treated me like his little sister, you know, and just now to see his growth first as a person, but also as a businessman. Because like I said, back then, a lot of times for a lot of stuff, he was locked up, you know, so he didn't get to experience a lot of things. So to see him just doing all this stuff, just out moving and growing, like that's the most, I told him too, I was like, I'm just so freaking happy. Like, it's just so dope to me. Cause I used to be childish, you know, and I'll be like, y'all left me. And I'll just, you know, I am a woman. So I would do that and be emotional and stuff, but I just be sitting back now like, wow, man, this is so dope to see him get to experience, you know, all of the love, because motherfuckers love Bo, you know, like it's no joke. Like gangsters, non-gangsters, you know, people love Bo. He had such a strong impact on a generation of people, you know, that they done passed it down onto their kids. You know, their kids know about Bo. And they kids, you know, some of them got kids know about Bo. So yeah, it's just been dope, man, to see his growth, especially his personal growth, you know, for me. because I've always patterned myself after him as an artist, not how he raps or nothing like that, but just, like, look at me now, I'm on the show with you right after him, so yeah, all the opportunities and all the just everything he's done for me, and even up till now, there's not anything I couldn't call, and ask Bo for. I'm not that kind of person, but if I, if it was a situation where it just, he's dope to me. The world gets to see him as, just Sibo, the gangbanger, the gangster rapper, but I know him as, Sean Thomas, as well. And he's a dope person, and he's matured so much. And, it's just beautiful to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I obviously, but yeah.
Obviously I know him not nearly as much or as well as you do, but I've even seen like a dramatic change since the time that I've known him, since the late 90s or mid to late 90s. So it's been it's been a remarkable journey, that's for sure.
Most definitely. Yeah. And I'm just, because it's a lot of times, crews, it may not even take 30 years. A lot of people don't even mess with each other no more, that came up together in this. So for me, it's a beautiful thing, man. I got a lot of love for everybody, that came up in my crew. So it's dope, and then for the people out there watching, y'all go hit Sibo at Sibo My Father on Instagram and tell them, let's get this album going.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I was also interested in learning for you. You've had, throughout your career, you've had lots of songs by yourself. You'd had tons of collaborations, but then you've also done, like with Messy Marv, collaborative albums. And then some of your albums, you have lots of collaborations. How do you kind of navigate that of making a song or album where it's going to be mainly just you versus doing a collaborative album versus doing a solo album of yours where there's a lot of guest appearances? How have you found you approach those similarly or differently?
Well, one thing, like this Still Marvelous album, that's Bo had dropped the album. He had nobody on it. I mean, he had some singers on there, a couple people doing hooks, but artist wise, he didn't. So that I was like, I'm gonna do my album like that too. Like I said, I don't know. I just copied it in a lot of ways, but it just depends on how I feel when I'm doing the album and doing the music. Like now, I don't really, be rapping with too many people like that. And then the albums that were put out during the times with AWOL, it would just be maybe a suggestion. Oh, you should get such and such on the song. I didn't even really have a lot of collaborations back then. Like, especially female artists. The only female artist that I had on my album back then was Conscious Daughters. And then a couple of my homegirls, that got on a couple of songs. But outside of that, it was just Conscious Daughters. Yeah, they kind of took me under their wing. But yeah, I ain't never really been too big on collaborations like that.
And why is that?
Because I just think I'm hella dope and I don't really be needing nobody on my songs. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Okay, that's it. That's really it. Nah, I work better alone. Like, if I wish I would have went to school to be an engineer, but now, with technology and everything, I got my own shit to where I can record myself. But if I'm not working with certain engineers, I'll rather record myself, and then send it to get mixed. I don't know. I just work better alone. To me, I'm a loner.
Interesting. And you think that's always been the case?
Yeah. I mean, when I was with Bo and them, when we were on back then, it was a collective. So it was even then, well, it was more so like we were one anyway. So, but outside of that, I don't know. Like recording myself, because sometimes I may want to sing on some shit, or and I gotta be by myself to do that, or I'm not gonna be comfortable, like wasting my time. Well, actually, no, I did that at a Q Made the Beat studio out here, but he's such a dope engineer, I didn't feel uncomfortable.
Why would you feel uncomfortable to sing in front of other people in the studio?
Just because I'm not a singer. I'm used to rapping, so just I think hard. for no reason. So I just be thinking hella hard, and I wouldn't be able to do it as well as I would if I was by myself. Because when you have this, like, people, they, no matter how much conscious rap I did, how many messages I put in there, they see me as a gangster rapper, just period. So when you do anything else outside of that, a lot of people gonna be like, they're gonna be uncomfortable. But I just had to get to a point where I'll be 49 the end of next month. I don't give a damn about what nobody say about what I'm doing it or how I'm doing it. But just recording wise, I have to have a certain engineer. K. Lou is another dope engineer. I got to be comfortable to really.
Well, that brings me up to a point that I ask people sometimes, because I always find it like interesting that people are like, oh man, we love you, we think you're a great artist, all this and all that, but then they want you to stay doing exactly what they know you for.
Yeah, they want me to influence the bullshit. I'm not doing it. I'm almost 49 years old. Well, next month I'm 49 basically. I'm a mom. I have a daughter. I'm not a dude. I'm not. It's just it don't make sense. In any way, shape, or form. And like I said, I've always had that conscious type of mind state. So I don't know. I guess maybe back then I should have put out more of that kind of music, and people would be more accepting of, the full Marvaless, but it just is what it is. I'm not, I kind of do my own thing. I don't really care too much about what people think, especially nowadays.
So outside of music then, and being a mom, what are you into? What are you interested in? What do you like?
Man, I have a book out. It's called Quotes from the Queen. It's just a book with daily quotes, daily positive quotes. I have a filming company that me and my homeboy have called Southwest Films. So we do videos and stuff like that. I'm working on my documentary. I love working with the kids. I love going out and speaking with the kids and stuff like that. I've done a couple of seminars. What else? I do a lot. I be all over the place with my raps and in life. I'm working on finishing up this project with Lil Marvaless. We also just did a project called The Starting Five, and that's me, Lil Marvaless, the official Dirty Don out of South Carolina, Mac Ream and Big Twan out of West Oakland. We all did a project together called The Starting Five. And then me and Lil Marv are finishing up this Like Mother, Like Daughter EP. She's my little Michael Jackson, so I got to go catch up with her little superstar self. But yeah, I just try to stay busy.
Well, there it is. Well, Marvaless, anything else you want to add before we wrap up today?
I definitely want to say thank you so much to the people that have been supporting me for the past. This is my 28th year anniversary of Ghetto Blues dropping. I'm putting together a shindig, y'all, so get ready for that. It's going to be exclusive. You want to dress them. It ain't going to be no, well, it is going to be a gangster party. It's probably going to be some gangsters there, but it ain't, you got to dress to impress. I'm talking about suited and booted, dressed. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported me for these past 28 years in my music endeavors and just in life. I'm so thankful. Thank you for having me on your show. Thank you to Bo and my whole crew, Killer Tay, Looney, everybody. Man, salute to all the artists from SAC that's rocking, doing their thing. Salute to all the queens. Y'all know Queen Biz is the movement. Rest in peace to my little sis Solo, man. I'm still rocking. My niecey that I just lost not too long ago. Man, I'm doing it for y'all. You feel me? Salute to Lil Marv. Y'all make sure y'all tap in every Friday at Lil Marvaless on Instagram. She does gas and flows on there. Make sure you tune in every other Thursday for Bars with Marv on my Instagram. Yep. And I'm the Real Marvaless on everything. That's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. It's the Real Marvaless, Marvaless.
Well, there it is. Well, Marvaless, thanks so much for coming through to Unique Access. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Now I want you to listen real close to me. I'm gonna ask you some real simple questions, and I want some real simple answers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You said that you couldn't have possibly been at the crime scene at 11:15 because you were in the bookstore buying my audio book and my hardcover book at 11:15 when the crime scene occurred in Soren's book.
The history of gangster rap.
So you couldn't have been at the crime scene because you were buying the books.
Right. At 11:15, I was at the bookstore at 11:15, and when I bought the books and accidentally left them at the store.
So at 11:15, you couldn't have been at the crime scene because you were buying books, right?
At 11:15, when I was leaving, it was some people coming in, and I forgot to grab.
But you don't remember who
what they look
people,
like.
what they look like or nothing, right?
No.
So, at 12:15, you were in the bookstore buying my audio book and hardcover book and Soren's book at 12:15. So you couldn't have been at the scene because you were buying the books, right?
Yeah, at 12, exactly, at 12:15 exactly, I was at the bookstore.
Now you see. You know you're not fucked up.
What you
No,
mean?
first you said you were at the bookstore at 11:15, and then you said you was 12:15. You know you're not fucked up, right?
He fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked up. You fucked up.
Man, you confusing me, man.
So, you get my book, my audio book, 40 years, and Soren's book, History of Gangster Rap, and if you don't, you know you're not fucked up, right?
Man, the more those cops ask me questions, the more I wish I bought them motherfucking books.